So we look at like Odysseus' journey home, where he's constantly angering the gods. He's running into different sorceresses and, these kind of like wizard figures that are either giving gifts or taking away gifts or bumping into the Cyclops and the monsters. And so we can look at that as a good metaphor for that group, some part of the group seeking out these conflicts because that's what it knows how to manage effectively.
I think it might be a good idea to try and sort of explain what the group relations work is, so that people listening can have an idea of like what it is we're talking about. But yeah, like just at an experiential level, group relations is essentially, it can be a group of like 30 to 100 people in a room, and the purpose of the group is to talk about what's happening in the here and now, right now, and then that can lead to a whole host of reactions. It's super uncomfortable because people don't want to generally talk about how they feel about people in the room right now. So as you know, you're in the therapeutic world as well. The transference and the counter-transference can be super uncomfortable. And like in organizations, all of this stuff gets pushed down because it's not helpful to move towards the primary task, whatever that is, in like, whether it's sales or new customers, acquisition, all this kind of stuff, all those words. And so the purpose of group relations is to basically get together in a group, right? With the sole purpose of exploring what's happening in the here and now between each other, so that everything is sensitized and brought up from the unconscious, and you deal with all of the conflicts across race, gender, everything.
Attraction, competition, all this stuff that we do not like to talk about in normal day life.
And it just, it all of your, your patterns and everything that sort of hurts you in the real world just comes up, and you have to deal with it because it gets reflected at you. So it can be super intense. It's not for everybody. Like, people have left these conferences like, you have to be pretty stable going in because it brings up a lot of things that are very uncomfortable. But yeah, it's incredibly, incredibly rich learning. It's the best learning experience I have, without a doubt, ever come across. It's the learning method, excuse me.